only thing with the White Sox, I say they've been coasting into the playoffs, and Tampa Bay's been having to win. It just depends on who gets hot.
The Philadelphia Eagles do have an opportunity.
To be honest, I thought you were going to say the Atlanta Falcons.
No, fuck no.
Oh god, yeah, that would have been warranted.
Paul George to show up again, and they need Reggie Jackson to be the best point guard left standing outside of Trae Young, who's hurt. Well, hello there.
Hello.
This is how we doing, buddy?
Whoa.
Oh.
Who is this? I don't know who this is.
This is MV3.
There it is.
I'm Kyle Davis. That's T-Bone. We're your normal hosts of MV3. You can catch us live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. And maybe not I think once the football season starts, we'll get our audio uploaded to Spotify, Apple Pods, and Google Pods again when we're more consistent with that. And you check out the Twitter and check out the TikTok, all at MV3 Podcast outside of our Twitch, which is MV3 Gaming.
Yes.
So shall we get into a grid right away?
Yeah, I got it rolling. I only got to peek at it for 20 seconds when I was pulling it up, but
right. So no cheating on this one.
And I will pull up the screen.
Okay, we are going with our gut this
cheated.
time. We're going with our gut this time. We're not because we keep on letting somebody else answer. Oh, the Packers are on one of them. Okay. All right. Well, I think I have an answer for at least one square already.
Oh, jeez. All right. What, we're doing top left, or do we want to start Packers?
Should we just knock out the Packers right away? Because I was thinking.
Well, let's see. So let's just for the listeners, we got the Seahawks, Panthers, 4,000 plus yards, passing yards in a season since 1999. So basically 2000 to now.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the top. Going down the left, we have the Cardinals, the Rams, and the Green Bay Packers.
The green and gold.
4,000 passing yards since 1999. There's literally only been two people for the Packers franchise who have done that, and they're named Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers.
That's obvious.
I think we just go Brett Favre because he's probably going to be the less likely one to be picked.
Even though he's thrown for more yards?
For now.
So Packers and Seahawks, the first name that immediately came to mind was Matt Hasselbeck.
Really, mine was a different Matt Flynn.
Oh, yeah, Matt Flynn as well. Hasselbeck played for the Packers. He played backup for the Packers, correct?
Who?
Hasselbeck?
Yes, he did.
I thought so.
Jimmy Graham also follows here.
Yes, he does.
Eddie Lacy.
Yes, Eddie Lacy. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of an obscure one. Michael Bennett. Bennett played for the Packers, correct? Or was it Martellus?
I think Martellus Bennett played for the Bears and Seahawks.
I was trying to think. Oh, that was Eagles. No. Michael Bennett was Eagles.
We had a Bennett, and then he got cut because he was saying all the injuries and all that bullshit.
So we will not go for that one because I feel like if he didn't play us down for him, I know Bennett played.
Yeah, 100%. You're not wrong. Unless he, I don't know. What about? I have Seneca Wallace.
Seneca Wallace did play for both.
I think he's Hawaiian. I can't confirm that, but. Actually, I think I'll plug in my mouse real quick.
I'm trying to think of like defensive players now, and nothing's coming to mind. At least immediately.
Yeah, I don't have anything that.
Because corners, no safeties.
Oof.
There's probably a middle linebacker somewhere, but I can't think of it.
Right. I'm going Seneca Wallace. We want obscure.
What's up, Kufu? How we doing, buddy?
Seneca
Wallace.
Look at that. Gold 1.11%.
Ooh, I like it.
We're
getting warmed up here. All right.
Go.
So Packers, Panthers. Quarterback, No. Running back.
No.
No. Wide receiver. James Jones played only for the Raiders and then came back, correct?
To my understanding, to my memory. Ooh.
Did any receiver leave and like he was good for
Ooh.
Green Bay and went to Carolina? I feel like that's a
Carolina's so bad though.
They've been really bad outside of the Cam Newton year. Did Calvin Benjamin play for he was rostered on the Packers, right?
But did he play a game?
Devin Funches.
Devin Funches.
Devin Funches. I don't know how much he played for the Packers, but he was definitely rostered for at least an entire year.
Are you sure?
He definitely played. He 100% played for the Panthers, and I know he was rostered. I don't know how much he played though.
Ooh, it's right there. All right, let's keep going because I just had a very, very easy one come to my mind.
Okay, what you got?
Julius Peppers.
Yes, he did. That is another very good one.
And in that same light, not that he is known for being on the Panthers, you're probably the best Eagle of all time, Reggie.
He played for the Panthers?
Reggie, yeah, at the end of his career.
Oh,
Those are the two obvious. That. I mean, Peppers is the one that came out to me, but I think
Peppers. Okay, Peppers is definitely the easier answer. Yeah,
you're telling me Devin Funches isn't a fucking gold?
I thought for sure he was. Okay,
granted, I should have pulled that considering he's a fucking Michigan Wolverine. But
did Geno Smith play for either the Cardinals or the Rams? I don't believe so.
Maybe the Cardinals.
Because where did he go after he left the Jets? He didn't go straight to Seattle.
Didn't he?
No, there was one team in between, but I don't remember what the other team was. So let's circle back from that. Did one of the running backs, like Hosmer?
For who?
For Seattle. I think it's Hosmer for Seattle.
No, but I can we pulled this guy last week for a Cardinal and I think it was a Commander, Adrian Peterson.
He did play for Seattle.
We had Arizona and the Lions.
Yeah, he definitely played for both. So let's keep thinking.
Okay. Kicker.
Seattle.
What about a kicker like Matt Prater?
Matt Prater's been on a lot of teams.
Janikowski.
Fitzmagic didn't play for Seattle, did he?
No. Janikowski? Did he maybe go to Arizona after the?
I don't think he went to Arizona.
Not Janikowski. Yeah, no, Seabass. Yeah. I think he went Oakland to Seattle.
Let's see. Who's their kicker now? Is it Ryan?
I don't know.
Okay. All right, let's get a little bit.
Edgerton James.
Wide receivers. Did anybody from that, like Sidney Rice, did he play for the Cardinals?
What about
No. Because he was.
I don't know.
Percy Harvin.
I don't know. I can't say no. I don't know.
I'm trying to just think of wide receivers for some reason because I want it to be a wide receiver. Corners.
I feel like there's a kicker that did this.
I definitely feel like there's a kicker. Have we even figured out an obvious one? We haven't figured out an obvious one yet.
I mean, we could probably go on the four. I mean, we said Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson, I think, is the obvious one. Should we come back to that one? How about Rams 4,000 passer? Would Kurt Warner qualify for that?
Yeah.
Kurt Warner would have, but Kurt Warner technically would qualify for both teams. Because he played for the Cardinals as well. Carson Palmer. I think Carson Palmer would be a good Cardinals one.
There's got to be no one else, right? It's got to be just those two.
So
did Sam Bradford maybe do it?
He didn't really rack up yards. He racked up more completions than anything. That's what he was known for in Minnesota, at least. And why the Eagles stupidly grabbed him.
There we go.
So Carson Palmer. I feel like there's.
What about this one? Okay, we got Goff probably did it. Stafford did it. Warner did it.
Stafford did it for sure last year or 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, I know Stafford did it. That's easy.
That's an easy one. Kurt Warner, I feel like, is another going to be high up there. Do you think Jared Goff did it? Jared Goff definitely did it too.
Yeah, he had
he had near 5,000 yards one season.
Ooh, who wasn't there a quarterback after
Who was
Warner?
Sam Bradford? Did Sam Bradford do it?
Are they counting that as the? Yeah, it would be St. Louis.
It would be St. Louis, but
What about
it's
when was Warner there?
Warner left, and I want to see. So when did he make it to the Super Bowl? Was that 10-09?
Yeah, that was Arizona. That was 2009.
Pittsburgh.
That was Arizona, Pittsburgh. Because
Pittsburgh.
Polamalu and Fitzgerald were on the Madden cover
So that would have
of
been
2010.
And then where did that leave?
What about
Rams?
a Mark Bulger? Mark Bulger, or was that pre-2000?
I think that might have been pre-2000.
All right, well then,
Because all I'm picturing is really old for some reason. Really
okay.
old. That might be mid-2000s.
All right, well then, I'm either going to say Goff, Stafford, or Warner because I know they were all past.
Wait, who do you think is going to be the least picked? I think
Goff.
I think honestly, Goff would be the least picked.
22.
Okay. So Rams.
Okay. Rams, Seahawks, easy one. Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner is by far the easiest one.
Gerald Everett, tight end, played on the Rams for a couple years behind the white guy, and I think he's now on the Seahawks or something like that.
Who?
Right?
I thought I just thought of another one. Did Luke Wills? I was trying to think of.
Ooh.
Wait, Rodgers. What was the Rodgers? Oh man, we already picked this one. I think a Packer Seattle one was the tight end Rodgers. The one who caught that. Richard Rodgers played for both as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a quarterback here.
For LA and Seattle?
Yeah, like an obscure Rams QB that played a couple times. Fuck.
I'm trying to think of backup.
He's got like a really
wait. Whoa. What the kid that flaked out in Denver? Maybe was it Osweiler, Paxton Lynch,
Brock Osweiler?
Did Osweiler play for the Rams? I know he played for Seattle.
No, I think he had like a basic ass name, not like Paxton. No, I think he had. Did he have Davis something? Oh my God, it's gonna hurt.
Davis something.
No, Davis is his last name. Aaron?
No.
AJ? No, I'm thinking.
Did Leonard Floyd played for the Seahawks? I'm trying to think of D linemen right now.
I mean, we have Bobby Wagner and Gerald Everett.
Correct. Okay, so should we go with that? Because I think the Panthers were kind of drawing blanks on right now.
Fine.
Should we just get one of the obvious ones out?
I'll go Everett.
All right, because Everett's definitely going to be lower on that list.
No. Gerald.
Okay.
Nice.
That's good. I like that.
Panthers.
Rams.
Rams.
So I can immediately.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Can you believe how much Baker has been around the league now since leaving Cleveland?
No.
Hasn't he been on 3 teams now? Because isn't he in Tampa now?
Tampa, 4.
Since the Browns?
No, 4 total.
4 total. So Browns, Rams, Panthers, Tampa, right?
Yep.
I feel like that's the obvious one. I have a feeling we can get another one, and I feel like it's a wide receiver.
Pharaoh Cooper,
Brandon Cooks, Steve. I'm trying to think. Steve Smith didn't play for the Rams, right?
I don't think so.
Where did he go?
Ravens.
He went to the? Was it Ravens? He played for. I know he played for the Panthers.
I know he played for the Ravens. Johnny Hecker, punter, former.
Where did Anquan Bolden go after Arizona?
He was in San Francisco. Then he was in Detroit.
Oh yeah, he was in Detroit.
He might have been a Raven actually.
I think he was. Yeah, he definitely was with Crabtree.
Baker, Johnny Hecker.
Crabtree played for Seattle, right? And I think he played for Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
Seattle, no.
I don't know about Seattle.
I'm trying to think of like receivers that
Ooh.
ran through Seattle because they never stayed long.
Packer. I think I pulled one for LA and Carolina. Packer great from the mid 2000s. Niall Diggs. I'm just gonna
See, I don't know what happened. I wasn't following football as heavily back in that day. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, girl!
Packer legend.
Yes.
Niall
yes.
Diggs.
All right. Now,
Okay.
okay, so we have the obvious one.
Yeah.
We can get the
Panthers
obvious one. There's Adrian Peterson sitting there for that one. James Conner came straight from the Steelers.
Jr.
Ted Ginn Jr.
That
would be one.
He played for the Panthers, and then he was actually good in Arizona.
I feel like there was a receiver that went from Carolina to Arizona recently. Carolina receiver.
DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. Robbie
Anderson would be Carolina and Arizona.
But he's not Robbie Anderson. He's like the Truth or something Anderson.
Oh my God! Football Reference is going to give Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson would be Carolina, and we have it. Technically, we have it.
Okay, what about Wisconsin legend from UW Platteville, Dan Arnold, tight end? He just signed a deal with Carolina not that long ago. He started in Arizona. You're going to tell me a Division III tight end is going to have a high number?
Has Mike Davis played for Arizona?
I don't know the fuck. Oh, Mike Davis, the running back?
The running back.
No.
It's also my brother and my father's name.
Did he not play for Atlanta after Carolina?
I believe so, yeah. I couldn't remember if he got drafted.
Dan Arnold.
Dan Arnold, I like it.
There's no way they're getting a D3 tight end.
Tight ends are so... People forget about tight ends.
Bang!
Yeah, people forget about tight ends. So do we go Adrian Peterson or do we go...
I have a kicker that I think here, but it's Josh. I can't think of his last name, though.
Kicker. Josh Kicker. Josh the kicker.
Older guy. Well, now he's older.
Well, I would hope so.
Yikes.
Why is my brain fucking telling me Josh Rosen right now?
But would he have ever made the active roster for Seattle?
I know he was with Seattle, but I don't think he made the active roster.
I don't think that counts.
No, I don't think so either.
Scooby? Josh Scobie?
Josh Scobie?
That's a guy, right? That's a kicker.
It's a name.
Josh Scobie, that's a kicker, right?
That's a kicker. He played for Jacksonville for a while. That's what you're going with.
That's running back. There's no way.
No, then no.
Oh, here it is. Scooby.
Are you really going with that? Or we have an immaculate grid. We have an immaculate grid. We have a guaranteed Adrian Peterson to actually complete one of these.
I know, but I got two for. I got Wallace and Diggs and Arnold.
Are you waiting for me to pull one out of my ass? Is that what you're waiting for?
I don't want to do Adrian Peterson. We've used him a lot.
We have used him a lot because he has been around the league
a
lot.
Fine. Fine. I'm going Josh the kicker.
Wait, whoa. What about Josh? I was going to say Josh McCown.
Dang it.
I was going to say Josh McCown.
I missed.
What'd you do?
He did. That's a lie. It didn't count.
Who'd you pick?
Josh Scobie.
Oh.
I'm looking up. I swear he played for both.
I want to know if Josh McCown played for
Scobie. Josh. Let's see. Is American
Josh McCown's the quarterbacks coach.
Oh man, he played for the Jags, the Steelers, and the Saints.
Arizona Cardinals.
Not close.
Josh McCown played for so many different teams.
Dang it.
Josh McCown would have also worked for where we put Dan Arnold. Because Josh McCown played for Arizona and Carolina. He did not, unfortunately, play for Seattle.
All right, I was just looking up Josh Scobie,
the
kicker. That's Scobee. Josh Scobee, Scobey, the one that came up, the running back, he played for them. Imagine that.
Go figure.
This
But
is
Josh
ridiculous.
McCown is currently the quarterbacks coach of the Carolina Panthers.
I swear the kicker had done it. Man,
Scobee.
that's a fail. That's a fail.
Hmm.
All right, we're close. Shit happens.
I think it's been in the same spot the last all 3 weeks too.
Don't know ball.
We don't know ball. Apparently, we don't know ball.
No.
But speaking of ball, are we going to talk about some baseball today, or are we not?
Baseball. Do you want to get shit on? We can do that.
I mean, that's not nice, but that's also probably factual. We should probably talk a little bit about some trade deadline news.
We could.
We could. I don't know how much I can talk. Ooh, the Jets scored a touchdown.
Uh-oh.
We are recording this, by the way, during the Jets Cleveland Browns Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Game.
Woohoo. Go Aaron Rodgers.
So there is football back on our television screens. It's 2 field goals, I think.
This is accurate.
It's 2 field goals. Greg Zuerlein kicked both of them. Ooh, Greg Zuerlein might have been a name for probably one of those. Probably not.
Greg the leg.
Yeah, Greg the leg. So what did the Cubs do?
We added Jaime Candyman. Don't know how to say his last name. Candelario or something like that.
Okay, fair enough.
Former Chicago Cub. Then he got traded. Then he was on the Nationals. And I believe since his first 2 games, he is like 8 for 9. So it's been going fantastic. We let go of our shitty ass Trey Mancini. He's gone. We sat our $14 million right fielder, Seiya Suzuki, because he also sucks. And we've scored 36 runs in the last 2 games. And are like 9 of the last 10. What's up?
And now all you're going to do is shit down the Brewers' throats because they have been kind of skidding along. But I think the trades that they made are going to help. The Carlos Santana trade is going to help with some pop at the dish or at the plate. I really like the Chafin trade, kind of shore up the rotation a little bit on in the bullpen. And then there was another move. I don't remember his name off the top of my head.
Mark Canha.
Yeah, because I just got that in front of my face.
Yep.
So I think the Brewers did what they came in to accomplish for the trade deadline. I think there were some solid moves. They're also hoping that they can get healthy at certain positions. I know Brandon Woodruff is going to be coming back, so that'll shore up another spot in the starting rotation. I think the Brewers have a good chance of still taking the division. I know you think that the Cubs are going to come up and take the Central. I think it's wide open between the 3 teams.
Best team in baseball
right
since the All-Star break. So
yeah, but they have to stay hot though.
Break.
They have to stay hot though. That doesn't mean they're going to stay hot.
Guy, we scored 36 runs in 2 games, the last 2 games.
That's awesome, but you have to maintain
like 9
it.
of 10. No.
Who did they do that on? Who did they do that against? Who did they do it against?
The Reds.
Okay, their pitching's not incredible.
Oh my God, they're the leaders of the fucking division until they started playing us. Don't want to hear shit. Reds are so good, they're gonna win it all. Oh my God.
Who the fuck told you that?
You guys are ass.
Us? I didn't say anything about the Reds winning it all.
You guys are all just bitter because you don't have Ellie De La Cruz. That's all I'm gonna say.
I love Ellie De La Cruz. I wish I had him on my fucking
shit. Yeah,
the Reds are not dog shit. Let's get that straight real quick. They're very young team. They're a young team.
We scored 36 runs against. I don't know what to fucking tell you. So
they're a very young, inexperienced team. That is the more accurate statement.
I bet I could not give up 36 runs in 2 games. That's all I'm saying.
As a pitcher, are they going to pull you at some point?
I mean, we beat the Nationals. We beat the Nationals. The Brewers
that's not saying a whole lot.
You didn't beat the Nationals last night.
Well, there's a lot of injuries to the Brewers right now. They got to get healthy.
Well, at least you're beating the Pirates right now. That's a positive.
Mm-hmm. I know Rowdy has to come back. We're waiting for Rowdy to come back. Woodruff's waiting to come back. Bottom of the 6, 8-1 for the Brewers. Where the hell are the Cubs? Who are they playing? Oh, they're playing Cincinnati. It is 1-1 in the Cubbies game. Kind of doesn't really matter to the Brewers who wins that game because the Cubs are still coming up behind. And I mean, do you remember the time earlier in the season where the Pirates were sitting in first place?
Yes, I do.
That was a time. That was a thing.
No, it does matter because if the Brewers are technically a half game back. So you're welcome.
And they're going to, well, that's fine. It's going to be a wild race down to the wire again for the Central. It's just weird to not see the Cardinals' name up there.
I fucking love it.
I love they're losing to the Twins right now 4-1 as well.
It's my favorite. And they have Paul Goldschmidt, former NL MVP, and Arenado, who's probably should have been an MVP at some point.
And should have probably been traded. I'm shocked that they were not sellers at the deadline.
Who are they going to trade, though?
They're going to trade probably Arenado. I thought Arenado wanted out.
I mean, fun fact, the Cubs and the Brewers play each other the last 3 games of the season.
And that could decide possibly the NL Central.
Yep. Luckily for the Brewers, before that series, we have the Braves.
That is not I don't care what team. I don't care what team we think is going to come out of the National League. It's going to be the Braves. I don't see anybody stopping that fucking squad.
11, 12, 16. But the 16 games prior to that, so the last 20 games of the season, the last 2 series for the Cubs, they have Atlanta and Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, they go Colorado, Pittsburgh, Arizona, Colorado, San Francisco.
Well, and I mean...
and we play each other for another series at the end of this month.
Well, I mean, the Brewers also have had a brutal stretch dating back to just before the break. Like, you had the Cubs, who they split with. You get the Reds before and after the deadline or after the All-Star break. The Brewers took all of those Reds games outside of one. They won the series against the Phillies, lost the series against the Braves, won the series again against the Reds. They won't see the Reds anymore. And then they're on a little bit of a losing skid between losing all 3 to the Braves and 2 of 3 to the Nationals. And now they get a little bit of a break against the Pirates. They should have taken the series against the Nationals, but I'm reading now that Brandon Woodruff should be returning Sunday. So that'll be another. Are you with me still?
Are you? You're the one skipping out.
Am I skipping? You skipping? You are very blurry on my screen, sir.
Okay, hold on.
You're coming back in.
Entertain for a minute. I'll be right back.
Sorry. He disappeared. Well, I guess I'll use this time to tell everybody that check out our TikTok, check out the Twitter. We're going to be doing a little bit more on Twitter, and definitely check out when we're recording our Twitch page, which our lovely Kufu came over from, and we play a lot of different first-person shooters. Lately, we've been on a kick of playing zombies with a couple of my buddies, Brew and Rick. So we've been playing zombies on that. So we will be, let's see if he is back. We will be streaming. There we go. We'll be streaming more on Twitch. I know I will be streaming the show because I've been trying to go through the extreme programs. It's not fun.
No.
Also, I don't know how much it's worth it, but the Conquest is terrifying.
Well, that was easy. That was done in one. That was easy.
But I've just been going through and just running through everything. But back to what we were saying, Woodruff's coming back on Sunday for the Brewers. I'm honestly thinking that the Central is up in the air. I know you think the Cubs are going to take it. I personally still think the Brewers are going to take it.
It's 100% up in the air. Now that the Cubs did what they did, now it's a 3-team race.
Mm-hmm. I think if the Cubs didn't do what they did, I think Milwaukee would walk away with the division. But because I still think Cincinnati is too young and they're going to collapse at some point.
Yeah, but the Brewers are almost as young. I mean, you have Yelich, sure, but you have Weimer, you have Frelick, you have I don't think Mitchell's coming back, but
No, not this season.
William Contreras isn't that old. Granted, he won. I mean, I understand he won a World Series, but he's not that old. Like he wasn't like the star of that team.
Mhm.
Adames is not that old.
Nope.
Not
Rowdy Tellez isn't. Rowdy isn't. But the pieces they picked up are a little bit of a veteran. Devin's been in the league for a while. Corbin Burns, Woodruff, Freddie Peralta,
Santana,
the pitching
Santana
staff.
and Canna are both. Yeah.
Well, Santana, I think, is 34. Canna is, I can't remember. Yeah, he's old too. But I mean, even if the Brewers don't necessarily win the division this year, they're building something for the future, and Sal could be something special. I know you think he's a what is it, a flash in the pan, but I personally think, at least for his first few games, he was playing really, really well.
He's Graham Mertz.
College football, sir. College football, sir, has not started. We're not doing this yet.
Yeah, but the point remains: Graham Mertz had one good game in college, and then he sucked the rest of the way.
Go fuck yourself.
Say, I can bring up Keston Hiera, or whatever.
Keston Hiera wasn't that at no point that great. He was good for bullshit.
He was mashing it. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's the second base of the future." Oh my god.
No, he's no. At no point did people think that.
2 years ago, yes, they fucking did. Yes, they did. Do not downplay the hard-on the Brewers fan base had for Keston Hiera, or I don't even know how to say his fucking name.
All right, so Sal came back down to earth relatively fast after he had a hot start. He is batting .233. His OBP is .390. His slugging percentage is .367.
He's played like 20 games. It doesn't.
He's played 11 games. He has not played. He has 30 at bats with 7 hits.
Dog shit.
I wouldn't say dog shit, but he is he is acclimating to the majors, and
batting .233 is not good. It's actually bad. So
I wouldn't say it's great.
What? 4 of those were in his first game.
3, 1 didn't count because it was a sack. I think he had 1 or 2 in the following game, and then he had.
Okay, so let's call it 5 in his first 2 games.
Ish.
Okay, so in his following 9 games, he's 2 for 22.
I'm looking.
That's not good. I don't know what to tell you. He had 2 a game and a half.
I think
good.
He will be good though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Sorry, I'm trying to stay hydrated because I got off of work and immediately started recording. So, but I still am going to say that the Brewers are going to win the division. You're pretty dead set on the Cubbies winning the division, correct?
100%.
Okay. Well, I don't think either of us are going to change.
No, you're never going to change my mind. We're the best team in baseball. So, what
do you think the biggest trade deadline move was? Is it the Rangers grabbing Verlander?
No, they grabbed Scherzer.
Scherzer, my bad. My apologies.
Verlander went to Houston. No, they both suck.
Okay. Then what was the biggest
move? I
move?
hate both of them. I don't know. They both seem like huge dick bags. Like, I don't like either one of those guys.
They're not bad at baseball, though.
Whatever, dude. Fucking, they're bad. I hate the Astros. Fuck the Astros.
Everybody hates the Astros. That's just the hip thing to do.
I've hated them for 6 years.
Well, that's fair.
Verlander just looks like a piece of shit. So
I mean, he does. That's valid.
Right. I hate them both.
Somebody just messaged me. You're doing a football podcast during the Hall of Fame game? I was like, it's the Hall of Fame game. What the hell? Who cares?
What are we supposed to be doing? Watching it?
Yeah. I think when the football season does start, I think we're going to switch days, though. I think we're going to switch to either Tuesdays or Wednesdays because doing it during Thursday Night Football is probably not the best.
Probably not. It would have to probably be Wednesdays because when basketball season hits, Tuesdays are game days.
So Wednesdays. We will be switching to Wednesdays in the next coming weeks. Probably not yet, though.
Not for a while. That's not until October.
So the Jets are just good at kicking field goals, it looks like.
Well,
because it's 12. It's 12. Oh, it was 12.
Aaron
Now it's
Rodgers
12.
can't move the ball.
Aaron Rodgers is not playing. Let's be honest. Tim
Not
Boyle is currently playing.
Timmy B.
Timmy B. No,
Talk to
a
me.
touchdown was a rushing touchdown for Israel. Sure. Yes.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah, I'm not.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't going to go that deep. But on that note, we shall start diving into. Do you want to start with this one or this one? NFC or AFC?
We'll go AFC. We'll get your thoughts on your fucking Eagles later.
We're talking about the West, not the East.
No, what
The
did I
East
say?
You said the Eagles.
Oh, my bad. That's
You're
not what
good.
I meant.
You're good.
Whoopsies.
Don't worry about it. I'm
Whoops.
just looking.
Kick off the AFC.
Kick
Kick
off
off the AFC.
Okay, so I'm guessing you just want me to tell you the AFC West. We have the Broncos, the Chiefs, your defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs, the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Los Angeles Chargers. This time last year, we said this was going to be the most competitive division in football. Boy, did we botch that. The Chiefs ran away with the division just like they have, and they keep proving me wrong, and I'm going to die on that hill, and I am going to come back and tell you the exact same thing because I still don't think with the weapons they have, they are going to repeat. Their weapons
said that last year before they repeated, but okay.
Did they have Juju at the beginning of the season, or was there a trade that happened to get Juju?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. He didn't.
So their wide receivers,
Steelers.
their wide receivers are Kadarius Toney, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and Sky Moore.
Oh, yeah, I don't give a shit. Guess who's still on the team?
I understand that Travis Kelce is still their tight end. I understand that their quarterback's name is still Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and who's their coach? Just curious. I think he coached the Eagles.
I think he might have coached for the Eagles. There's a bug in here, a very large bug.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh well. Are they the favorites to repeat as Super Bowl champions?
Yeah. Yeah. Why wouldn't they be?
You don't think there's another team in Ohio or?
It's not what you asked. Not what you asked. Are they the favorite? Yeah, because everyone loved Patrick Mahomes.
That's fair,
So
but I still don't believe in that.
Favorite.
I believe they will be the betting favorite. Am I going to bet that the Chiefs are going to repeat? No, because I think there's better teams in the AFC. I think the AFC is so deep that there are teams that can knock off the Chiefs relatively. I don't want to say easily, but okay.
Bang.
So you and I are going to agree that they're probably going to take first place, correct?
Yes. Who do you? Yeah.
Who do you have? I will mark them down for number one because even if I doubt them, they're still gonna do it probably. Now, the question I have for you is: does Jimmy Garoppolo move the needle enough to move the Raiders into second place in this division?
No.
So is it just gonna be Chiefs, Chargers?
Correct. That is what I have.
Okay.
What do you have? Do we both agree?
I think Jimmy Garoppolo, and this is going to be disrespectful, and I do not care. Jimmy Garoppolo is a discount Derek Carr. They downgraded getting Jimmy Garoppolo for Derek Carr.
Wrong. Absolutely not.
Why?
Derek Carr's Walmart, Jimmy G's Costco.
Of who though? Who are they compared to? Who's the nice piece?
They're the same. They're the same.
They're the same player. I think Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't have as good arm power. He can't get it down the field.
Nor can Derek Carr.
Derek Carr can get it further down the field than Jimmy Garoppolo.
No.
I think Derek Carr. No. I don't know what the Saints are doing there, which I really want to talk about that, but I know we have to wait until the South comes up.
Yeah,
and I don't really give a shit about the South because the South is going to be bad in both conferences.
This is fair, but okay. Do we think Denver's going to be last? I do. You think Denver's last?
I don't know what Russell Wilson is doing. I don't know. I think the running game is going to be better than the passing game. I think Javonte Williams comes back, and Javonte Williams was putting together a really good rookie year. Or is it his second year? Is this his third? Is he going into his third?
No, it was the second year. His rookie year, he shared it with Melvin Gordon, and then he got hurt last year.
That's right. That's right. So I personally think that like they have a very talented receiving core. Tim Patrick cannot figure out how to stop tearing his ACLs because he is out for the season again. Tim Patrick, he's just a very tall, good route runner. I still have faith that Jerry Jeudy is a very capable wide receiver. Cortland Sutton's a good wide receiver, but the problem is Russell Wilson
throwing them the football.
Very short man, Russell Wilson.
Dog shit.
I don't think he's dog shit, but I don't think he's the player he used to be. He's not as athletic to get out of the pocket. He's not going to throw these beautiful like tosses that they did to DK Metcalf and that. And also the receiving core that I thought was great is definitely nowhere near the receiving core of Seattle that he used to be on with, what was it, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Like
before that, Lockett and Baldwin.
Yeah. So Russell Wilson's weapons are less than he had in Seattle. His offensive line is equally as bad as it was in Seattle. And the problem is the Denver Broncos are going to be in most of their games again because their defense is very good. They have they have one of the best corners in the league in Patrick Surtain. They have a decent linebacking core, but they bolster one of the better secondaries in the league. The problem is they're not going to be able to stop the ball because their best defensive player is Frank Clark.
Well, he's pretty solid.
He's solid, but I think Denver is looking at the next. I think Denver is fucked for the next 4 years.
Yeah,
because they. Oh, who the fuck is their coach? Sean Payne. So what is he going to figure out with Russell Wilson though? What is he? What is Russell Wilson? 34?
I don't really know, but what I do know is that Denver's coming in fourth.
He's 34. He's by the end of the season.
Who are you putting in your order? Because you get I don't know. They might be good.
Kansas City 1. Kansas City 1. Chargers 2. Raiders 3. I think I have the same thing as you. Denver 4.
Yep, you do. Bingo. There you go. I was making sure you got to it.
So we're also
keep being fucking wishy-washy.
Yeah, but we're also basing this off of not looking at schedules at all. So we're basing this off of visually looking at their rosters.
Yep. Because guess who plays the games? The players on the rosters.
Very true. This is very true.
You did not know that.
So other than the Chiefs, is there another Super Bowl favorite coming out of the West? Or maybe not favorite, contender. Are the Chargers Super Bowl contenders?
No.
At all? Are they going to make the playoffs?
5%.
Do you think they make the playoffs?
Yes.
I can't wait to talk about the South now because I just thought about a team that defeated the Chargers.
The Atlanta Falcons?
No, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay,
that is my dark horse team. That is my what?
They can be a playoff team too. What do you mean dark horse?
Dark horse to be a Super Bowl contender.
That's a bold. That's like a mid.
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be top 5 in a lot of stat categories this year.
Interceptions.
No.
Yep.
No. His name's not Dak Prescott. His name's not Dak Prescott.
$100,000 on that bet.
That's not what that he's top 5 in interceptions.
Bingo.
No.
Yep.
No, he won't be.
I would go and bet that if able. I'm unable, but I would.
So, okay, here's my last question about the AFC. If fully healthy, are the Chargers close to Kansas City?
No.
You don't think they're even close if healthy?
No.
Eric Kendricks, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Sante Samuel, Derwin James, J.C. Jackson.
Okay.
Nothing for you?
No.
No. I think if they can stay healthy and who's their coach? Is their coach the same? Is it still?
Come on, man.
Is it still?
Name him. I know you know it. I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not going to give it this one to you because I know you know who this is.
I should know who this is. Why can't I think of it? Is the problem?
I know. I'm gonna sit here.
And they got Quentin. They got Quentin Johnston, so they added to their receiving core too. And he was supposed to be a top three receiver in this draft.
I will just give you this hint. He has not. They have not changed.
Oh, it's the same head coach? I can't remember his fucking name. I can't remember his name.
What they did do was, I believe they got a new offensive coordinator.
That they did.
From? Where did he come from?
Oh, you're asking me?
The Dallas Cowboys, Kellen Moore.
Oh, that could look interesting. Who the fuck's the OC of the Cowboys now then? Why the hell would they let him go?
I don't know.
Why would they let him go? Out of all things, why would the Cowboys let Kellen Moore walk?
That's a good, because I don't know if he walked. I mean,
it sounds like he walked because unless they just came in with
Ryan Schottenheimer.
Okay, that's all right. That's not bad.
Oh, fun fact: their quarterbacks coach is Scott Polzin.
Really? For the Cowboys?
Yep.
Jesus, that's gross.
I did not know that.
That's gross. Even I have to admit that's gross.
I like it.
I bet you do. All right. Shall we talk NFC side? And I believe it's your turn to lead this bad boy off.
Well, for the NFC West, we have the Arizona Cardinals, the San Francisco 49ers, the Seattle Seahawks, and finally, the Los Angeles Rams. As for me personally,
that was beautiful.
I have the San Francisco 49ers as the number one. I have the Seattle Geno Smiths at number 2. I have the Los Angeles Sean McVay Rams at number 3. And at number 4, I have 5'7" Kyler Murray's Arizona Cardinals as number 4.
He's also not going to play for most of the season.
Probably not.
He's also probably going to get traded at the deadline.
No, he's not.
I think they're a better team with Colt McCoy running the fucking Cardinals than Kyler Murray.
Because he's white, right? You're racist.
Oh my god! I hate you so much. Shut the fuck up.
Why couldn't you say that about a black quarterback? Why didn't you say it about Colin Kaepernick? Oh, you're racist.
Are we really making this a political fucking statement right now? This is dumb.
I can do that at any given time.
I know you can, and you damn well do it whenever the fuck you please.
I know. So then, who do you got? What's your numbers? Just give me your numbers. We'll run through the teams. Number 1.
I have Seattle Seahawks winning the division.
You're so bad. All right.
San Francisco with number 2.
Okay.
And then the Rams and the Cardinals.
Okay, that's fine.
And do you want to know why?
Sure. Why do you have Seattle being number 1?
More talented offense than San Francisco.
Hold on. Just let me
think about it.
Let me put that. Okay, let me ask. Running back? No. Tight end? No. Wide receivers?
Oh, the wide receivers
arguably?
are better. No, not arguably. There's nothing arguably about that.
Ayuk and Debo, DK.
Well, no. Go 3. Who's the third? Who's the 3 in San Francisco? That's my question.
Kittle.
Okay, fine, whatever. So the 4 that you have for Seattle is DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Noah Fant. And I honestly think.
What does that have to do with anything?
So is this another year where is a quarterback going to win Rookie of the Year? Offensive Rookie of the Year?
No.
Or is it going to be a wide receiver? I think a wide receiver takes it home again.
Probably.
Who's going to compete with Jackson Smith and Jigba?
Jordan Addison.
Who is the number 2 to Justin Jefferson, correct?
The best wide receiver in the world.
Yeah. I have no.
Yeah, you could argue.
I thought about it. I thought about trying it, and it was not going to work. The only thing that hinders and could prove me wrong for Seattle is the defense, because the defense is so handicapped right now. They have 5 starters hurt right now.
They're very just below average.
Just below
Their
average.
Defense. Yeah.
Just below.
They're not dog shit.
No.
They're not like good.
No. Now the problem, and here's the thing that I think could hinder San Francisco, is the quarterback room of San Francisco, because they're going to wait until the very last second to determine who their starting quarterback is, because I do not think it's just cut and dry. It's Brock Purdy. Because I also am very curious still. Why would you bring in Sam Darnold? Why is Sam Darnold in that quarterback room with Trey Lance and Brock Purdy already? And what is Brock Purdy going to look like after, what was it, shoulder surgery? Yeah, shoulder surgery, right? Yeah. Trey Lance is also coming off of a brutal injury. He didn't lose his starting job, so he just got hurt. But it's going to be interesting. Your third wide receiver for the 49ers is Juwan Johnson. I think it's Juwan Jennings. Sorry.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Juwan Johnson plays for the Saints.
And he's a tight end, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he is.
He helped me win a couple games in fantasy last year because tight ends were especially when somebody decides to take both of the top 2 tight ends.
Right.
Is San Francisco's defense the best in the league?
Probably.
Is it better than Pittsburgh's?
Yeah. Yep.
They do bolster, both teams bolster a former DPOI. I think as an all-around defense, I would probably say that San Francisco is the best defense in the league. But we have to see what the quarterback play is going to be. I think Seattle has a small leg. And, I mean, granted, we don't know what the schedules look like. We don't know who both teams are playing. But I personally think off of both the rosters, I think Seattle has a chance to win the division. I think Arizona is going to have the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
The only other team that could have the number 1 overall pick is Chicago.
No.
Do you think the Bears how many games do you think the Bears are going to win this year? I think they're winning 3. 4? That's fair.
Yeah. They don't get I doubt they get swept in the division.
I doubt they get swept in the division. That's probably
they based on who I know, like the other divisions that the NFC North is playing, I can see the Bears squeaking 2 or 3 out of there. So
that's fair. It all depends. Again, if Justin Fields plays the same way he played last year, they're winning 3 or 4 games.
Yeah,
if he takes a step up and learns how to throw the ball, I honestly could see them winning 6 or 7 games. But the ceiling for this year is 6 wins for the Bears.
I trust Lamar Jackson throwing the football more than I trust Justin Fields throwing the football. So that's just me. Who would you rather throw the football?
Lamar Jackson, probably.
Who would you have rather run the football?
I don't know. Justin Fields looked pretty damn good running the football.
I don't know.
Year.
Lamar Jackson has an NFL MVP. So.
He does. But
I'm just saying.
I digress. What the fuck are the Rams even going to look like? Is Matthew Stafford going to come back and be anything, especially without probably Cooper Kupp for the first 6 or 7 weeks again?
I don't think Kupp's not supposed to be out that long. I don't think Kupp's going to be out at all.
You don't think Kupp's going to be out at all?
No, because he's projected to go 3 or 4 in drafts.
Let me look. Hang on. Cup underwent an MRI on his hamstring after exiting Tuesday's practice and could be back. Okay, you're right. My apologies for that.
Yep. I was like, nothing changed with his little hamstring bullshit, to my understanding. Granted, this was 7 hours ago. It could have changed.
Holy crap. I didn't realize how bad the rest of this team was.
Who?
The Rams.
Oh, brother. Starting running back is fucking awesome.
Cam Akers?
I don't know. Is that who that is? I was guessing it was someone bad.
Cam Akers, then Kyron Williams, who I think is a rookie. Zach Evans and Royce Freeman are their running backs.
Yikes.
Kyron Williams is a second-year running back. But it doesn't really matter who they have at running back because they'll just slot whoever in next. The only players who matter on the offense of the Rams are Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp.
Stafford and Cooper. Yeah, probably.
Defense looks a little different. They still have Aaron Donald because he decided not to retire. But their secondary is god-awful. Jordan Fuller they're probably their best player in their secondary. They don't even. What happened to this team? They won a Super Bowl.
They hemorrhaged everything to win the Super Bowl, and then they have no picks, no cap. Like, they had to sign Donald. They had to give a lot of money to Stafford.
Which they shouldn't have done either.
Well.
But they did give up a lot to get him, too. That's why the Lions are won that trade by a mile. Granted, the Rams won a Super Bowl, but the Detroit's going to be set up for the next 5 years.
Detroit's future looks so much better than the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams, even if they're the worst team in the league, all those picks still go to Detroit. They go to Detroit.
So Detroit might have if it goes really bad for the Rams, they could be the other one fighting for the number one spot. Number one pick.
Oh, the Lions, highway robbery.
Yeah.
And they got a capable quarterback that could get them into the playoffs. They might not get them very far.
And just imagine if Hendon Hooker's any good.
Yeah.
But even if he's not, what if they get the number one overall pick from LA?
Caleb Williams.
They're gonna say bye-bye, Hendon.
That would be
bye-bye, Goff.
Holy crap. That would put them in the upper echelon in the NFC almost immediately because the NFC is much weaker than the AFC right now.
The NFC, the Lions are already top 5 in the NFC.
Oh, agreed. I will agree with that. I can see the Lions, if they win the division, I can see them being easily a 3 seed. Possibly a 2 seed.
Right.
Because I think the Eagles...
And then imagine them being 11-6. And then having the number one overall pick.
They basically be what I thought and hoped that the Eagles would do. And for a while, it looked like they were going to do. Because the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, and then they had like the 7th overall pick in the draft.
Yeah, and they just keep drafting Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're the Philadelphia Bulldogs.
Yeah.
You got anything else for the nice, lovely people out there?
Here's the thing, right? The fucking San Francisco 49ers, and I'm only going to bring this up because he was a San Francisco 49er. Colin Kaepernick needs to get the fuck off news stations.
He really does.
No one needs to hear about him working out.
No. Nobody's going to sign him.
No one gives a fuck. He wasn't good his last year or two in the league. Take all the political bullshit away.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a good quarterback.
He'd be lucky to be a backup right now.
Correct. I don't think it, like, if he just ate his pride, he could be a backup.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But with all the hoopla and he wants like $15 million,
won't get it.
I don't want to hear another offseason of Colin Kaepernick is working out.
Or I always
3 weeks in, Colin Kaepernick is still working out. No one gives a fuck. No one cares.
Go off, King.
No one gives a fuck. That's what I hate. That's what's turning my biscuits lately. That shit is so annoying I don't hear it as much, but I heard it like a couple weeks ago. And now that we're on the San Francisco 49ers and there's that connection,
Mhm.
I don't give a shit.
I 100% agree with you.
Good. Beautiful.
There's no reason for anything to even remotely be talked about with Colin Kaepernick unless it's about his political stances, which this isn't a political podcast, so we're not going to dive into that at all.
We're strictly football. I'm only talking football.
Yeah. Then there's no reason for his name to come up anymore.
Right.
If he was good, if he looked good, he would have been signed 3 years ago. He would have gotten signed 3 years ago after everything settled down with all the political crap. He stopped being in the news for that. He would have gotten signed because a team would
work out. Yep. He had a workout. They had to move it or something. They wanted to move it closer so more scouts could see it or something happened. There was a venue change. I'm not saying who's at fault, whatever. And then he goes, fuck it, not doing it. Like, what are you... You're hurting yourself, man. And then he has no willingness to go to the XFL or to the AAY or the USFL, excuse me. Like,
which shocks me. Which absolutely shocks me. If you're trying to help your stock in getting back to the NFL, why do you not want to go to the XFL? Why do you not want to go to the USFL? There are scouts in the NFL that go to these games. There are players that come up from the XFL and from the USFL and are on rosters.
PJ Walker.
Yeah, PJ Walker started fucking... He started games for the Carolina Panthers.
I did start him in FanDuel 1 week. I did start PJ Walker.
And he played well, too. It's not even that he just started and threw garbage. He played well. These are players that just want a shot. That's what these two fucking leagues are for.
So that's what pisses me off, is that if he was so about football, he would take any opportunity, even if it was in the CFL. But he's not making any effort to be like, hey, I'm serious about football. No, he wants to make it about all this other bullshit, which we're not getting into. I'm not. Whatever
we are
side
a football
you follow,
podcast.
Yeah,
we're a football podcast.
I don't really give a shit. You can follow wherever you want, but
we're a football podcast.
Exactly. If you cared about football like you say you do, you should have 3-4 years ago, or when the XFL started up again. What, 2020, right before the COVID thing, or 2019 into 2020, whenever. I don't know when the XFL.
When would that have been 2019? He's been out of the league since?
Longer than that.
Or was it like 2017? I want to say 2017 sounds more right.
You know what? I'll pull it up.
When was the last game that he played? Because we're probably running on 6-7 years he's been out of the league.
At least at this point. Here it is. I'm like Wikipedia. He last played in a game in 2016.
7 years. We're talking about a quarterback who's been out of the league for 7 years, and he wants $15 million a year. Take everything away. Take everything away of the political bullshit or whatever your stance is. I really don't care. 7 years away from the game, you think you're going to just come back and be magically a starter, and you want starter money for $15 million a year? No, you need to be a backup and win a competition against somebody. For God's sakes, for a while, you could have went to the Dolphins. You could have went to the Browns. You could have went to the Colts. They can't figure out what the fuck a quarterback is. Why wouldn't you bite your bottom lip and just fucking say, all right, cool, I will take a job. I want to be back in the NFL. Why wouldn't you take a backup role to one of these great quarterbacks or something? Show somebody what you have.
Quick fun fact. In the last 19 games of his starting career.
Oh, I love this.
3 for 16.
Yep.
He had 1 year, 12-4. Then he went 8-8, 2-6, 1-10.
He's garbage.
But
he's not a good quarterback.
He should be a starting in the NFL, right? He hasn't played in a playoff game since 2013. 10 years.
That was probably a run where he beat the Packers.
Shut the fuck up. He didn't have to say it.
It was like the kryptonite to the Packers for some reason.
Oh, I'm sorry. He went to the Super Bowl because no one could stop the fucking read option.
At the time, nobody could stop the read option.
That's why it was so prevalent in NCAA 2014. No one could fucking stop it.
I love that game. I can't wait for NCAA 24 to come out. That's going to be incredible.
I have the emulator for the 2014 on my computer.
Oh, you have revamped?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's so much fun.
Dude, I got to get it myself. Do we want to talk about Jonathan Taylor for a quick minute? Because I can go off. I can go off on that.
Go ahead. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Your little Badger boy. Let's hear it.
No, it's not as much it's not as for Jonathan Taylor as you're thinking it's going to be. I think both sides are at fault. I think both sides are bullshit. I think Jim Irsay is one of the worst owners in the NFL. I also think Jonathan Taylor has not been doing himself any favors. Like asking to be traded, especially the timing of when he's asking to be traded, is absolutely ludicrous. Like also coming off of the year that he had such a great year in 2022 that or 2021, and then in the following season, last season, he drops the ball. He was the number one ranked running back for fantasy, number one ranked running back for just overall play. He was the leading rusher last year, and it wasn't close. And you walk out there and you're talking, you have one of the better offensive lines of football, and then you just drop the ball and you're not even that good this year. Why the fuck are you trying to hype yourself up and ask for a trade? Teams are not knocking down doors for what running backs right now. There are many Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, all these players that are sitting on the couch without a team, without a paycheck. I understand you want to get paid, but if they're not getting paid, and you're sitting here throwing a bitch fit, you are not going to get paid by a team in the league. If somebody's going to come up to you and want you, they're going to lowball you, and just like every other team in the entire league, because they either have already overpaid for their running back or they're scared to overpay for a running back. So if you want a multi-year deal, you're going to have to take less money. You need to sit down. You need to fucking play football. You need to stop bitching and stop asking for trades. Go out and show your value and go out and prove why you want this money, because otherwise you're not going to get it. And you're going to be in the same fucking position as Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, and and Kareem Hunt and all these other running backs that we talked about last week. Jonathan Taylor, just go out and play football. Go out and be a really good running back like you were 2 years ago, and that will solve your problems.
But will it?
Not to the extent that he wants it to be solved, but yes, it will solve his problems.
Austin Eckler absolutely killed it the last couple years,
especially fantasy-wise.
Yep. So, like, Eckler was like a vital part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's not really getting paid. Barkley had to take the tag.
Yep. And then he ended up signing basically the tag, but it's a contract.
Right. The Super Bowl team, the Eagles, got rid of their starting running back.
And signed an entire room of running back for the same amount of money.
Right. So it's like, even if he shuts up and plays football, it doesn't matter.
And I really shouldn't have used the words. I shouldn't have used the words I used.
No, but I agree with you. He should just shut up and play, because your market is your market.
Mm-hmm.
You have decided to be a professional professional running back in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You can't now bitch they're not getting paid enough, buddy. You're probably the least important position on the entire offense.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you are. You are much more comfortable playing a quality offensive lineman $7 million a year than you are a running back.
Mm-hmm. So I just looked up his numbers real quick.
Yeah.
2021, he put up 1,800 rushing yards.
Taylor, right?
Jonathan Taylor, 1,800 rushing yards, averaging 5.5 yards a touch.
Didn't he lead the league that year?
He did lead the league.
Yeah.
18 touchdowns. You know what he did the following year? Granted, he missed 6 games, but he was hurt. But he had 861 yards, 1,000 yards less for 6 games worth, which I don't think he's putting up 1,000 yards in 6 games. His average per touch was dropped by an entire yard.
Do you have his career yards per game?
His career yards per game is 5.1. Last year,
yards per game, total yards.
Give me one
rushing yard.
I can.
I would assume it's on there. If not, it's not a big deal.
I need to use Football Reference. I need to stop using ESPN for everything.
Yes. Because I'm just curious. Even if you take his average and times that by 6, what is he at? He's well over 1,000 though. He's still probably the now top 5, top 10.
I would assume so. Yeah, I'm working on it.
We even looked at that.
Yep. Yeah, we did.
Like the
All right.
rushing leaders were not high. Right. What was it?
So yards per game in 2020, his rookie year, he had 77.9 yards per game.
Okay.
In 2021, his best season by far right now, 106.5 per game. Last year, 78.3. He went back basically to his rookie numbers.
So for a career, he averages about 87. Just over 87 a game times 6. 522. He was at 870. You said he would still be just around shy of 1,400 yards. Just shy of 1,400 yards. That
now tell
would
me.
have placed him.
No, you're doing it for me already.
Number 4 in the NFL.
Okay, but now who would be ahead of him?
Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb.
And who is the only running back that's getting paid right now?
Derrick Henry.
Nick Chubb. Is it Derrick Henry or Nick Chubb?
They both are. I think technically they both are.
Okay.
So,
the fact that we're talking about and this is going to help your point. We're talking about Josh Jacobs, who led the league in rushing yards, could not get a deal done this offseason. What do you think is going to happen? Who wants to trade for that position and go and pay you? Nobody.
I'm more willing to bet on Jonathan Taylor because he's been around less. He's only had truly a single season because last year he was hurt, like you said. He's had one solid year. That's it. I'm willing to bet on the upside of Jonathan Taylor than I would Josh Jacobs. 100%. Considering he's only had one real full year. He split time his rookie year.
Yep.
Killed it his second year. Battled injuries his third year.
Also put into effect that Jonathan Taylor in 2021 had 40 receptions on 51 targets for 9 yards per reception as well.
Right.
So he's also a talent out of the backfield. And now if I bring up, I will compare and see what Josh Jacobs. Also, are they the same age? Did we know this? Josh Jacobs and Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, but Jacobs came in earlier, didn't he?
They both have 3 years in the league.
I thought Jacobs was older, so that would be my fault.
Well, they might. So Jonathan Taylor is 1 year younger. Oh, never mind. Josh Jacobs has been in the league 1 year longer, and he is 1 year older.
Fun fact: Josh Jacobs and I share a birthday. That's interesting.
Oh,
February 11th. Like interesting.
Ooh, I like that. There's fantasy points on Football Reference. I got to definitely start using this. So,
but also Josh Jacobs, right? 1,100 yards, 1,000 yards, 872, and now 1,600. Like I said, 1,000 yards ain't really shit for a running back. 1,600 is.
Mm-hmm.
So is this? Granted, he was a solid back in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not willing to bet that now in year 5 he's going to be the best back in the league again.
Who's going to be the best back in the league next year? Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry. I'm
willing to bet Jonathan
Aaron Jones.
Taylor. I would say Jonathan Taylor.
I was gonna say it can't be Aaron Jones because you got AJ Dillon to deal with too. Could Tony Pollard take a massive step forward now that Zeke's out the door?
Eckler, I still think is going to be up there. McCaffrey will be up there.
I personally think Austin Eckler is the best running back in the league.
I don't hate Jonathan Taylor. I don't. I think
he's gonna get the opportunity because the quarterback position's isn't even locked down in Indy right now. Is it Anthony Richardson for sure?
It should be.
It should be, but who else is there? Is Matt Ryan still there?
No, I think he retired.
Okay, well, let me figure that out really quick. Hold on.
Well, that's easy. I got this. No worries. I got you, buddy. Indianapolis Colts depth chart. The backup quarterback. Oh, actually, right now it's currently Gardner Minshew.
Oh my God, that's not bad. I like Gardner Minshew.
Even if you gave Jonathan Taylor 3-year deal, $10 million.
It's a lot of money for a running back right now.
I agree.
The problem with contracts in the NFL and any sport,
the Colts wouldn't have to pay their quarterback. If Anthony Richardson is the guy,
that's correct.
You can play out Jonathan Taylor's contract and still not have to pay Richardson until the 4th year.
So
That's all
also,
I'm
here's the other half of this that
Do
I
think
did.
he would take 10? I don't, but
So here's the part I failed to mention about all of this weirdness that's happening in Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor was placed on the non-football list of players that would not come in and not play in the year 2023 because of a back injury that happened outside of football relations. And Jonathan Taylor immediately backed that up and says, my back's not hurt. I'm not hurt. So
Right.
the whole fact that this entire thing is this public and this damaging to your organization as the Indianapolis Colts, which is had outside of like recently, ever since Andrew Luck retired, they've been in a spiral, in a downward spiral, other than Jonathan Taylor and DeForest Buckner. Everything else has been a down spiral, and arguably that corner that I can't remember his name, Kenny Moore. What's that?
Darius Leonard.
Darius Leonard as well, yes. Or Shaq Leonard.
I'm just saying, I think the Colts could do this. You can't make him the highest paid, but that's what he wants. So I think if you got Jonathan Taylor on a 3-year, $30 million deal with 20 guaranteed, 25 guaranteed, fuck it, make it all guaranteed. I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I think Irsay is getting a bad rap because he's spending $20 million to go save a whale.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
I think it's hilarious. Save the whales.
Save the whales.
But
the guy knows how to put together a defense, even though he has no say in that. Who's their GM? Who is their GM?
I should know this off the top of my head. It's going to piss me off when you say it.
Oh, he went to Madison.
Yep. Say his name.
Chris Ballard.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. They know how to put together a fucking defense there in Indy. But God damn it, can they not figure out what a wide receiver is or who the fuck is going to play quarterback?
Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman's a good wide receiver. I like Alec Pierce too. I think he started playing fairly well down the stretch.
You know what, guys? You know what, listeners? I'm just going to say this. Kyle only likes white NFL players.
Oh my God, we're doing this shit again.
He could have.
Why are we still recording? Why are we still here?
But he decided I want to name Alec Mr. White Boy from Cincinnati Pierce.
Why are we doing this?
This is ridiculous. Just call him a Colin Kaepernick hater. Just call him.
You're the one who went on the rant about Colin Kaepernick. Don't even start with that shit.
Football stats only.
Hey, where are our football stats only? Where's our YouTube fans?
I don't even give a shit. Don't want to know.
That was hilarious last
Don't
week.
care. Don't want to know.
Is anything else stirring your biscuits right now?
Yeah, the only thing I got to say real quick, we got the World Cup, Women's World Cup. It's going on right now. I woke up at 4 a.m. to watch the fucking women draw. That really pissed me off.
Yeah, they've been. I don't want to say they've been bad, but they've
Carly
been
Lloyd went in on
underwhelming.
them, and I don't give a shit what other people say. Carly Lloyd went in, and they 100% deserved it. She was teammates with a lot of those players. I don't know if she was captain, but I know she was one of the known figures. Carly Lloyd was a known figure in women's soccer, still is. She's an Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe, Abby Wambach, all that. Hope Solo before she beat her husband. R.I.P. I don't know if he's dead, but R.I.P. to that career.
Yeah.
I hope they figure it out. They play Sweden Sunday at 4. Sorry, I stayed up until 2 a.m. to watch.
Mm-hmm.
They play it. They might have played it 4. I missed one of their first 3 games.
Because they're in Australia? They're in Australia
Yes.
and New Zealand, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So this Sunday they play it Sunday morning at 4 a.m. Yikes.
Yes.
They
should win. They
They're
should
in the round
win
of 16. They should, if they play how they're supposed to.
Right.
They're the 4-time defending, back to back or 2 of 3, something like that. They're the defending World Cup champions. I know that.
Well, they did. Also, they didn't lose.
No, they did not.
They so their defense is still playing well. I watched part
Yeah.
of a couple of
But
them, but they
their
were
offense-
replays because I'm not
Their
up that early.
counterattacks and their offense have looked so bad though.
Mhm.
And I can chalk it up to Rodman, Dennis Rodman's daughter, Trinity Rodman, and
Mhm.
Sophie Smith, both being inexperienced. Because I think Sophie Smith is 20, 21, and Rodman's like the same age.
Mhm.
And then they're anchored with Alex Morgan in the middle, who's a legend.
Mhm.
Like I can see them being inexperienced against good quality teams, but I don't know. They should have stomped the other two teams.
They
Hold
should have
Yeah.
put it to Netherlands. They definitely should have put it to Portugal.
They looked a lot better in the Netherlands game. The second half, I watched that whole thing with my parents.
Mhm.
That game, they played so much better in the second half. And I am never going to say I know the ins and outs of soccer. I don't. I never watched it growing up as a kid. I only really liked the World Cup. Because I like when the best of the best do something, which is why I watch football and the NBA. I don't watch MLS because I don't need to see the 18th division player play fucking soccer. I don't.
You don't want to watch. You don't want to watch Lionel Messi drift off
That's
into
different.
the sunset.
But
You
yeah,
don't
no,
wanna
I don't
watch
want
him
to watch
drift off the-
40-year-old Lionel Messi make these 25-year-old like prime stud players look like children.
Prime.
I'm just
They
saying.
play in the MLS.
MLS is what? Is the MLS even in the top 10 of leagues in the
God,
world?
no.
I have no idea.
Oh
I have
God,
no idea.
no. Oh
I have
God,
no
no.
idea. I don't know.
I don't even know. I don't even know soccer that well, and I can name probably 10 other leagues that are better.
I don't know. I'm not a soccer guy
That's
like that.
fine.
Never played,
That's
never
fine.
will. I'm
That's
just
fine.
saying, watch some soccer.
Yeah, watch some soccer.
It's going on. I've enjoyed watching it so far. Hopefully they play better. That's the
I
last
think
thing
they
I
will.
got. What about you?
I think we covered almost everything that I wanted to cover. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of what's grinding my gears. Oh, I will touch on basketball for a brief second. What's grinding my gears is Victor Wembanyama and how the media and everybody is treating him. They are basically doing what they do every fucking
You want a little
draft.
chicken?
You're not muted, my friend.
I know. I'm not. I know. I'm talking to my dog. Coach, you want chicken? There you go.
All right, back to the rant. Hang on.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
gotta take this. Let me take this banner down. Victor Wembanyama. I'm sick of every single year the number 1 overall pick. They're talking him up. They talk him up. He's the next LeBron James. He's the next great player. He's the next Tim Duncan. He's the next this. He's the next that. Let the man play some fucking basketball. They ridiculed the shit out of him at Summer League when he shot poorly, and it's his first time in the NBA where the big boys play. It's where the best athletes in the playing basketball play. There's a reason when you can't play in the NBA, they go off to these other teams. They're not better teams. They are, and he is super young. We are crucifying this player before he even started to bounce a basketball in a real regular season NBA game. Stop
Don't
saying
say I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
No, but I'm saying
don't
all
say
of these
we.
fans and people on these pages and all of these ESPN analysts and all of the stands and everything, they're just let the man play some fucking basketball. I hate and love the social media. I hate it because we overreact to everything, but I love that it gives me a platform as well to rant about people who irritate me. But I personally think Victor Wembanyama is going to be an incredible player, but I just don't think we need to put him as the next LeBron James or the next phenomenal Michael Jordan or Yao Ming, or don't make him the next anything. Let him be this Victor Wembanyama.
I agree. I like it.
I'm
As
done.
a basketball coach, I completely agree.
Just let the boys play.
Let the boys play.
Let the boys be
Let
boys.
them play, Coach Carter.
Uh-huh.
Get
All right.
the lock off the gym.
You want to plug our where to find us?
Yeah. MV3 Gaming. No G for Twitch. MV3 Pod on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
We have an Instagram? Oh, yeah, we do have an
You
Instagram.
have the Instagram. I don't.
I lost that. I'm gonna
Yep.
have to fix
We got
that.
all that. Drop a like, drop a follow, comment. Give us some feedback. Unless it's bad, don't do that.
Positive vibes.
No, I don't need that. But if you think, hey, this was dog shit, then I don't give a shit. Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that. But no, other than that, yeah, find us all over the place. We'll be back next week. No problem. We'll be here.
We'll talk about the East because I'm not ready to talk about the South yet and the dog shit that is the NFC and AFC.
He just
South.
wants to talk about his fucking Eagles.
I mean, I'm curious to see what you have to say. So if you want to see me and him fight again, maybe we'll get wonky. Maybe we'll get wonky.
No, he won't. He's fucking busy getting married.
He's busy getting married. That's right. But hopefully we will have the return of Keith.
Yep.
He had some issues and scheduling issues.
He's
Hopefully we
he's
have
moving.
him back.
He moved to Arizona.
He has West Coast friends now. He doesn't have time for his Midwesterners anymore.
Yep, he's longboarding down the sidewalk of Venice Beach, even though he lives in Arizona.
He lives in Arizona.
Not the point. You get it.
He's hanging out with Kyler Murray, playing Call of Duty with Kyler Murray.
He's doing that. He's like near Barbie Land, and
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things to do over there. But on that note, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this episode of MV3. Like he said, catch us on all of the socials, and we'll talk to you soon.
And if you didn't enjoy it, shut the fuck up. I don't care.
All right, Pat McAfee, calm down.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
The only thing with the White Sox, I say they've been coasting into the playoffs, and Tampa Bay's been having to win. It just depends on who gets hot.
The Philadelphia Eagles do have an opportunity.
To be honest, I thought you were going to say the Atlanta Falcons.
No, fuck no.
Oh god, yeah, that would have been warranted.
Paul George to show up again, and they need Reggie Jackson to be the best point guard left standing outside of Trae Young, who's hurt.